Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Obviously, the ending of Season 2 here in Black Ops 6 and Warzone has been shifted around pretty substantially here lately with the delay of Season 3. Initially, Season 2 was supposed to be concluding and ending on March 20th, and then that's right when Season 3 would be beginning. But of course, as we saw a few days back, Call of Duty decided to push back the launch of Season 3 to April 3rd in favor of a more stable and optimized launch for the return of Verdansk and everything else coming with Season 3. So now looking at these last few weeks of Season 2, things are a little bit weird. They've kind of set themselves up between a rock and a hard place because what was initially going to be a pretty short half season from Season 2 Reloaded to Season 3 with a decent amount of content between and really no downtime now has seemingly, at least face value, quite a bit of downtime, which is not going to be great. However, there is some light at the end of this tunnel. There's certainly a potential that we actually see some surprise updates, some redacted updates, if you will, that have not yet been previewed, at least according to some leaks and some rumors. But today, in general, I did want to break down the end of Season 2, what to expect over these next few weeks, as we all patiently, definitely patiently, wait for the return of Verdansk and the launch of Season 3 with everything there. So first up, as far as just straight up official content goes, like I said, there's really not much because we expected the season to be ending on the 20th and all the roadmap stuff, all the blog stuff ended around that time. In fact, the only official update we have coming that's confirmed for a time frame is the St. Patrick's update. This is going to be a new event update, essentially. There's going to be cosmetics galore, of course, a million new store bundles, as always, but there's also going to be a free event in-game available for multiplayer zombies in Warzone, and that's going to be starting on March 13th. So with that, that'll be our final actual event update, presumably for Season 2, so long as there's no other major surprises that haven't been detailed yet, right? But that is just going to be a collection-based event, essentially. However, it'll be something to do. There will be some free rewards associated with that. And obviously, on that same day, on March 13th, the TMNT event is also coming to a close. So if you haven't gone through and earned your free rewards or anything through that, be sure to do so before that date. But yeah, the St. Patrick's Day update, the Clover Craze event, is the only real official thing we've got left for the end of the season. However, like I said, that's not to say that's the only thing that's happening just because it's the only thing that's been detailed in a blog officially. We talked about this leak or this rumor a few days back stemming from Alex over on Twitter, known leaker and data miner in the community, where in reference to Season 2 Reloaded, when he was first going through and data mining everything and posting bundles and weapons and all sorts of leaks for Verdansk and everything, he noted that there wasn't really anything crazy in terms of future updates referenced in the files. We had a few things like weapon code names and some operators, but he said nothing really that interesting in this update. It does seem like a Season 2.75 like last season will happen, which at first didn't really make sense, right? Because we were going from Season 2 Reloaded right into the TMNT event, right into the St. Patrick's Day event, into the end of the season, and Verdansk returns with Season 3 on the 20th, right? But now that it's pushed back an extra 2 weeks, there is certainly that larger gap where nothing's really going on from, you know, the 13th on, just the St. Patrick's Day event, and then any random updates and tuning and changes they want to implement on any given day, of course. Which, of course, if that ever happens, you guys know I got you covered with all those details, so feel free to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a thing when it comes to Call of Duty. But having this sort of reloaded update like we did in Season 1, where we had Season 1 drop and then Season 1 Reloaded drop just before the holidays, and then just after the holidays with the Squid Game event, we had like that third larger update. It was a title update and everything, had the Squid Game stuff, had some bug fixes and changes, but that was like the 0.75 or the 3/4 season mark update for that season, which typically, at least prior to that happening in Season 1 of Black Ops 6 and Warzone, wasn't really a thing. Every season's just season launch, mid-season update, season end, and that was it. There was no 3/4 mark or 0.75 update. But according to Alex, it's possible that a 2.75 update happens now. The thing is, we don't really have many details on what to expect with that. There very well could be content included in this update. It very well could be more bug fix oriented to make the game a bit more stable and prepare things for Verdansk. It also could absolutely just be trying to save any and all possible Verdansk files from being added into the game to avoid the map and all the updates being leaked, you know, a month plus before the map actually goes out with Season 3, right? Like, if this is a full-on title update, I'd expect that so many different leaks would surface and so much stuff would be data mined for season 3 at that point with much more certainty than what we've just heard off of some of the code names and operator names and some of the insider info that we've heard of up until this point. So that's certainly something I'm keeping my eye on. We don't really have a set time for that. Like, maybe that just happens on the 20th instead, from originally when season 3 was supposed to start, that 2-week mark out from the launch of season 3. At that point, we see this sort of 0.75 update go live for season 2. We get some content, we get maybe some announcements, some reveals, or something of that nature. Like I said, I'll certainly keep my eye out, and of course, if anything happens, I'll be sure to let you guys know in some future videos. But that's not all for the end of season 2. There are a few other things you probably want to look out for, a couple of other PSAs I wanted to talk about. First up, Verdansk teasers. This is an obvious one, but with the extended time now as we wait for Verdansk, I'm sure Call of Duty is going to use this to their max possible potential to market, and promote and build as much hype as possible, even if that ends up backfiring to a certain extent when the update drops. But they're going to want to get as much hype going for Verdansk. I've seen a lot of questions, a lot of maybe confusion recently saying, Zach, you know, Verdansk is only a little bit of ways. Why haven't we seen anything? Where's the trailers? Where's the blogs? You know? And this largely was because the delay for Verdansk in season 3 was in the pipeline for some time. I've seen a lot of this narrative of, oh, they're delaying it because the Phantom overlay is shutting down and they wanted to make sure they put the season out after that. No. There's no correlation there. You'll notice that the wording in their blogs said end of season always for the St. Patrick's Day event. There's been other things that have surfaced and things that I've heard basically reaffirming that the Verdansk in season 3 delay was not done as a response to anything that happened in the community, no cheating stuff or anything like that. It was also not done on a whim. It was probably, you know, weeks, if not a month plus in the making, given their wording and their uncertainty with other things going on around the ending of season 2 and the timing with all of that. But now that we have more time, we're probably going to see way more teasers, way more posts and blogs and details about this update surface so that they can have all the hype and all the eyes on this update and on Verdansk when it's time to drop. Since this is obviously such a significant moment in COD right now, they are writing so much and banking so much on the success of Verdansk returning here. They're going to go all in on the marketing for sure. So we'll have that to look forward to here, maybe as soon as the anniversary update and everything going on there. So definitely keep your eyes out, keep your eyes locked on the channel, because I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about with that. Outside of that, just a couple of PSAs, because again, I've seen some confusion, some concern. The battle pass and then presumably ranked play as well, also all being extended alongside the delay here. So the battle pass countdown timer has already been updated. I'm not sure exactly which day this video is going live, so the countdown timer I'm showing on screen right now might differ a little bit from what you see in your game, right? But the countdown timer does now line up to April 3rd. The ranked play timer for the end of the season there, at least when I'm recording this now, hasn't been updated, but ranked play just doesn't end a few weeks before a season does. I imagine that'll be updated and extended out a little bit further because we also had a similar situation happen in season 1 as well. But for ranked play, for your battle pass, if you're trying to achieve anything there, finish out your battle pass, get to a certain rank, you now have more time to do so because of that delay as well. So all of that has been extended alongside the length of season 2. But yeah, it's gonna be a strange last couple of weeks now. We were all expecting so much to happen, you know, in the next few days in terms of reveals and announcements for season 3 and building hype for Verdansk. Now it's like, oh, we can still expect that stuff, but maybe in another 2 weeks from now instead. But as always, if anything happens for Call of Duty, any news, announcements, reveals, this is the place to be to stay up to date with that stuff. So feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, a like rating on your way out would be seriously appreciated. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.